Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. As you know, this is the Pediatric Focus Group. And so what we're going to do is a continuation of what we did last time. Last time we talked about what's going well with the program and hit on some of the high points and the strengths. And I thought that went really, really well. I think that was really beneficial. The next step today is for us to take a look at opportunities for improvement. So again, we're not looking to criticize and we're not looking to complain, but rather what we're looking to do is improve. So we want to generate ideas of ways that we can make the program better. Now before we begin, why don't we go ahead and go around and let each person introduce themselves.
All right, well, I'll start. I'm Jeff. I'm one of the pediatric residents.
Thank you for coming.
And I'm Denise. I'm the chair of pediatrics.
And I'm Nancy, and I'm the GME director.
So important. Okay, so we got the right people at the table, which is always important that we give different viewpoints. So what we're going to do is we're not looking simply just to criticize and complain about things that perhaps are annoying to us in the program. What we're looking for today are opportunities, ways that we can enhance the program and make it better. So why don't we sort of just begin to think about that? I think that if I heard earlier, one of the opportunities that was raised was the concussion clinic.
Well, we really think the concussion clinic is a big improvement to the pediatric residency.
Okay.
Well, sports injuries, particularly head injuries, affect boys and girls, and each plays sports at a very young age. The long-lasting effects of an unknown concussions are serious.
Oh, that's important. Okay.
Well, and our institution has a fellowship in sports medicine, and really we should be accessing those faculty members and their expertise in order to help meet the needs of our patients.
I think that's a great idea. But I also think our trainees should receive training in more emergent kinds of care rather than focusing so much on primary care.
So help me, I'm hearing that a concussion program could be beneficial to the organization and meet some needs of the community, but how will it specifically help the pediatric department?
We need to improve the rotation so it meets the lifestyle needs of our patients. I mean, just last week we had 3 concussions come in. I mean, this is serious.
Sure.
We need to collaborate with the other programs within the institution. I'm tired of trying to work alone by ourselves and make it happen. If we just work alone, we're going to be cutting ourselves off from the other programs in the institution. And that is not a good idea. We need to collaborate.
So let's just think about what you've said so far. You've identified 2 really good ways that the concussion program could benefit the pediatric program. One is that we'll be matching up to the lifestyles of our patients in the community and meeting some of their needs. But then the other thing I heard you say is this could perhaps allow us to connect with other GME programs throughout the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think the next step towards improvement is to expand the curriculum to include more medical decision making. I mean, pediatrics, it's so much more than immunization. There's a lot of medical decision making. And the more cases our trainees see, the better they'll be when they're out practicing independently.
So you would expand the curriculum to include that complex decision-making process?
Yes.
So if we agree on this then, that there's these 3 opportunities, ways that we can enhance the pediatric program with this concussion program, maybe we could start to explore a little bit how we would make that happen. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that we're looking into the future, 3 years, 5 years out, and I want you to brainstorm. So let me lay the sort of the groundwork for that. Brainstorming is an opportunity where we're not evaluating the ideas right now, we're just looking to generate ideas. And so what do you think? What are some ways that this can happen?
Well, I think if we could start making concussion clinics appointments in the our rapid access care unit.
No, that is a really bad idea.
Okay, now I appreciate that you've got some concerns about whether or not that might work, but let's not evaluate that. Again, part of brainstorming is letting people come up with ideas, no evaluation at this point, see what we come up with, because we may find that later when we come back around, that what sounded like a bad idea, maybe it's not that bad idea after all, and we might find ways to use it. So let's just generate ideas right now and no evaluation.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well taken. Let's include pediatric emergency medicine faculty in our rotations.
That's good. I think we can turn our concussion clinic into a 4-week rotation for our PGY3s.
That's an idea, okay.
How about starting a like a database of all the patients who come in with a concussion injury? You can start to maybe build a protocol on how to take care of this patient.
Well, we can also work with our child life department with educating our patients about the risk of concussions.
We can even incorporate research and start a longitudinal research project with our head injury division.
So what I've done is I've taken all these great ideas that you guys generated, and I just listed them here on the flip chart. So what we'll do is I want you to share your thoughts and ideas about how we might prioritize. When you think about prioritizing, think in terms of what's most important, what do we need soon, but then also take into consideration some of the realistic factors. Which do we think that we can actually do in a reasonable period of time, that we have the resources and the ability to make them accomplished. So now is when we start to evaluate a little bit and begin thinking about what might work and what might not in the short term, so we can prioritize.
Well, I think it would be easy to change the rotation schedule, and I think the residents will see an improvement on that soon.
Well, I think starting some kind of research should be on the top of the list. You know, in fact, maybe research and then writing the protocols, they kind of go together.
I guess I'm more excited about possibly staffing with a pediatric emergency medicine attending. I mean, can we make that happen in the near future?
What about our concussion clinics? I mean, we should be focusing on getting these patients seen in the clinic, or is that just an impossible task?
How about maybe the new rotation included in the curriculum, and then also the research as being the 2 top priorities we can start on?
Wait, though, I don't want child life protocols, faculty, and the clinic process to fall off the list.
You know, you make a really good point. I don't want any of you to think that we're going to let any of these important ideas drop off the table. We want to keep these. By prioritizing them, all we're saying is these are the things we're going to do soon. And so picking 2 generally is a manageable number of things to begin with, but we should circle back around on these other items, and perhaps some of them will be more long-term, but they're all good ideas. So I want to thank you. This is a great start, and we'll continue, prioritize, put together an action plan, and you'll be moving forward.